I wish I knew these 5 things before I started selling Pokemon cards. Now, who am I? I am Big Fat Fish, or Garrett. I started a Pokemon card business about 6 months ago where I seriously started selling Pokemon cards. Since then, I've sold over $25,000 worth of cards and probably over 1,000 cards at this point. If I knew these 5 things right from the get-go, I would be way further ahead than I am now. But I learned as I went. If you're looking to start a business, or if you already are selling Pokemon cards, make sure you don't make these mistakes and stick to the end, because number 5 is the most important and can make or break your business, honestly. Number 1, fees. No matter what platform you sell on, there's gonna be fees. Even if you sell on your own website, the fees, the payment processing service still has about a 3% fee. So you got to calculate that into your profit margin and make sure that you're going to make enough money on these cards that the fees don't take your entire profit. So for instance, eBay is about 13%, Whatnot is about 11%, your own website's about 3%, and then I don't know what TikTok is, but it's somewhere like 7 or 6%. So make sure that you account accordingly for fees. Even if you're selling in person, that can count for a table at a card show, or the travel to get there. Those are all kind of considered fees, basically things that you have to pay up front to be able to sell the cards on said platform. Number 2, making sure you find the correct cards and checking the condition. Basically, this comes down to, if you're looking to buy cards, make sure that you have the exact card and you're looking up the right card, because there are some cards that are very subtle differences that are worth a lot more than other cards. For example, a holo rare from Expedition versus a non-holo rare is a large difference in price, and you could lose a lot of money if you end up overpaying for a card that's not worth as much as you thought it was. Now, whether that's on Whatnot and you're trying to get deals on there, which maybe I'll make another video on, is how to find deals on Whatnot to get started. I think that's the easiest way. And then looking at the condition also. Even if you do get a good deal on a card that's really beat up, nobody's going to want to buy it. So you can't make money on stuff that doesn't sell. And we'll come back to that later as well. I really struggle with this, and you'll kind of learn as you go. Make sure you find the exact card and make sure it's the right language, or you're really gonna lose some money on some cards. Number 3, Instagram/content creation. You need to have an Instagram if you want to start a Pokemon card business. It is a need. The Instagram has been the number 1 way that I've grown my business over the last 6 months. It's led to countless deals, countless sales, countless cards that I've bought on Instagram, connections with people that are now considered my friends and have helped me start the business, people that have given advice to me, people that have asked me questions. Really just the way to go. You need to have a social media presence if you want to start a business like this. Unless you plan on selling only on eBay or only on a platform that drives people to your listings. But even Whatnot, you're going to want to start an Instagram. You're going to want to start a YouTube, a TikTok, and even eBay. That can really help too. Number 4, accounting for shipping. When you are selling your cards, you have to make sure that you account not only for the cost of the shipping label, but also add a little bit for your shipping supplies, because that adds up over time. For example, on all of my cards that I ship, if I have to use a bubble mailer or an envelope, I put my shipping cost at 35 cents, because I've calculated that a sleeve and a top loader is about 10 cents, and then the bubble mailer or the envelope is about 25 cents. So I put my shipping cost at 35 cents, and that is plugged into my spreadsheet. It's all in a formula. It does the math for me, and that takes it out of the profit, so I'm not seeing false numbers and thinking that I'm making more money than I am, because you do still have to pay for the shipping supplies, believe it or not. And number 5, the most important thing that you don't want to be doing if you're starting a Pokemon card business is buying cards that aren't going to sell. You have to learn to navigate the market. What is hot? What do people like? What are people going to buy? That is the most important thing, because you can't make money on stuff that doesn't sell. That is not to say that there's not a place in the market for every card out there. There absolutely is. People buy commons and uncommons to play with or to complete master sets. The name of the Pokemon card selling business is turnover. It's very, very hard to increase the profit margins because you have to buy these cards from somewhere. Usually people aren't going to go below 70 or 80%. And you can't sell it for more than it's worth, unfortunately, which would be a hack and a half. That's what I would be doing, all right? So the name of the game is Churn and Burn. You're taking your 20% profit margin-ish, whatever your profit margin is, and you're going to try to repeat that as many times in 1 month as possible. So if you could sell Think about it like this. If you bought $1,000 worth of cards and you sold them all in one day, then you could go out the next day and buy another $1,000 worth of cards, and you're making your 20% on this. So now you have $200 of profit that you just made in one day. You can take that profit, roll it into the next day, and buy more cards. Or put that profit right in your pocket and have the same amount of cards as you did the day before. Now, if you think about that, if you do that every day for a month, you're going to have $6,000 in profit. Now, that's not really reasonable to sell that much in 1 month, unless you're doing, some big streams or stuff like that. Once you grow a little bit, that's reasonable. But that's $6,000 of profit. So you're doing probably somewhere around $30,000 in sales to get that number. Now, if you only did $1,000 a month in sales, you're only making $200 in 1 month, right? So you have to know what's hot, what's going to go quick. If you can flip, the faster you can turn over your inventory, the better it's going to be. So I think the average for Pokemon card businesses is about 100%. So that means if you have $1,000 in inventory, you're going to sell about $1,000 of cards that month. Obviously, other factors apply: how many cards you sell, what you're selling on, stuff like that. But 100% is a good margin, is a good mark. You want to be selling about that, what you have in inventory. Obviously, things get a little crazy when you go into $10,000 cards, right? That's only going to sell occasionally. Things get a little crazy the further up you go. But for now, you want to start with cards that are going to sell. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications. If you want more tips or want to ask me any questions or need some business advice or just want to share what you pull, join the Discord down below. It's just a community of people that like Pokemon cards, that maybe do a little buying and selling. And I'm in there, so you can ask me any questions or anything like that, and get notified when I post new videos, when I have special sales, when I'm going live on Whatnot to sell some stuff. Just join the links down below, as well as my other links to my Instagram, and I think my website's on there. So, thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day. I don't know why I said it like that. Bye.